secure players and develop players, so that, and again, I mean, we're going back to what's the strategy, what's the long-term plan, and I think their plan, everything that I see points to a plan that says we're going to try to win this year. We're going to try to build an organization that is contending every single year, because we keep funneling up players that can help from the minor league system. And so I think they're off to a good start doing those kinds of things.
Yeah, and that's where I think fan frustration is probably just it's not going to be assuaged by little things like that. I from what I hear, Falvey and Levine are very much concentrating on building a huge analytics staff, very advanced way of evaluating people, ways of freeing up scouts to spend less time plugging in numbers, more time getting to know the prospects and their stories and who they are and how they might project to be major league personalities, and trying to build a cohesive organization that teaches things, in their eyes, the right way and in a way that will translate to advancing and being good major league players. And all that stuff, you can't really sell it. You can talk, you're not, nobody's going to buy all that stuff until they see the results of it. But that doesn't mean it's the wrong thing to do. It just means it's a hard thing to sell when people are talking about your payroll.
Well, exactly right. And of course, we'd all like to think that, or like to see, let's get Kimbrel and Machado and Harper, all at the same time, and let's just go for it. I mean, the problem with that is it doesn't guarantee that you're going to win. It puts you in a situation where you can't do this long-term development where you're winning, every year for, a decade. And we've seen it other places where people have spent that kind of money and they got in serious trouble in terms of long-term health. And you know what turned the Yankees around? It wasn't all the money they spent on people. They've made some big splashy deals, but you look at the core of that ball club, and it either came up through the organization or they traded for it. Traded for a young guy like Gregorius was in a trade. Judge coming up through the system. Sanchez coming up through the system, and that's getting Gleyber Torres, getting the Andujar, up through the system. That's what turned that club around. Not getting Stanton, not getting a pitcher here or there. It was the minor league system, their ability to trade old guys for young guys, and it worked.
Right, and the other thing is the Yankees dynasty, 96 through 2000. It was almost all homegrown guys. It was Jeter, Pettit, Posada, Bernie Williams, Mariano Rivera, and they even the guys they added to those squads were like Scott Brocious and Charlie Hayes. They did. They made two additions that really, really helped them. That guys from other organizations they were able to get. When they got Tino Martinez and Paul O'Neill, but but neither of those guys were stars when they got them.
But they were not. That's what I was going to say. They got those guys, and not. I don't think there were too many people that predicted they would have the kind of careers that they had.
Right. Great stuff from Roy, as always. Thanks for taking the time, Roy. We'll talk to you next week. Check out TalkNorth.com for all of our shows. Thanks again to BarryCoffee.com and Tony Hoaglund, your State Farm agent champion.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition I can